We live in a world overflowing with information, data, opinions, noise. But beneath all of it, before thought, before language, there's something older, something quieter, something every human is born with, but almost no one is taught to use. Sensory literacy. Most people think the senses are simple. Taste, smell, sight, sound, touch. But the senses aren't just passive receivers. They are your first interface with reality. Your senses are constantly giving you raw data. Subtle shifts in temperature, texture, aroma, movement, tension, expansion. But here's the catch. Your brain interprets that data instantly and sometimes inaccurately. Sensory literacy is the skill of separating what you sense, what you interpret, and what you assume. Think about tasting an herb. You sip the tea, and your mind jumps straight to, it's calming, it's strong, it's bitter. But is it? Or is that what you remember about it? Or what you were told about it? Or what you expect from it? Sensory literacy teaches you to pause the autopilot, to notice the actual sensations. Is it cooling? Warming? Does it tighten or open? Does it rise, sink, or spread? When you learn to read these patterns, you're not just tasting an herb. You're reading its chemistry, its ecology, its story. Every plant has a sensory signature, a pattern shaped by its chemistry, environment, and its evolutionary strategy. Bitterness often signals defense. Aromatics often signal communication. Astringency often signals protection. And mucilate often signals resilience. When you taste, smell, or feel these qualities, you're not just experiencing flavor. You're reading the plant's ecological biography. Sensory literacy reconnects you to that ancient conversation. But sensory literacy isn't just about plants, it's also about you. Your body has its own sensory patterns, biases, blind spots, and strengths. Maybe you rely heavily on sight. Maybe you ignore smell. Maybe you're overwhelmed by sound. Or maybe you've never been taught to trust your tongue, your skin, your breath, your inner sense of movement. Sensory literacy helps you understand your own sensory ecology, how you take in the world, how you filter it, and how you respond. In herbalism, cooking, ecology, and everyday life, sensory literacy turns the world into information. Bitterness becomes a clue. Aroma becomes a direction. Texture becomes a message. Temperature becomes a pattern. You start to see connections everywhere. Why certain foods feel grounding. Why certain herbs open your breath. Why certain environments calm your nervous system. Why certain people feel energizing or draining. Your senses become a map, not just of the world, but of yourself. Sensory literacy isn't a luxury. It's a foundational human skill, one that modern life has dulled, but never erased. When you reclaim it, you reclaim clarity, you reclaim presence, you reclaim your ability to read the world without distortion, without assumption, without noise. Sensory literacy isn't about becoming more sensitive. It's about becoming more accurate, more attuned, more connected. Because when you learn to read your senses, you learn to read everything. Sensory literacy is a skill, a practice, a way of seeing.